and welcome to a very special edition of Inside the Huddle on the JT Sports Network. Today we talk about a bunch of things in tonight's also Minnesota Wild game against the Dallas Stars, and we will also preview a little bit later the Oklahoma State Iowa duel top 10 showdown on Senior Day in Iowa City, and it's Spencer Lee's last ever game with less of a duel as an Iowa Hawkeye wrestler. But let's talk about the Minnesota Wild first. After a heartbreaking 3-2 loss, even though the Wild outshot the Avalanche 43-19. Alexander Georgiev saved 41 out of 43, and it was a very, very good game there. But tonight, against the Dallas Stars, it's going to be a big factor. Can you really push the tempo, push the pace against the leading team in the Central Division at 30-14-11 in the Dallas Stars with 71 points, which really, I would give Dallas a B+. I wouldn't give them quite an A because we know that they were going to be in the mix for a playoff spot. But Dallas Stars, I will give them credit where credit is due, and that being a B+. Minnesota's in the second wild card, 2 points behind Colorado, and they're only tied on points with point percentage with Calgary. That's the only reason why Calgary is not in the playoffs. St. Louis is now is creeping back up too at 26-25-3 with 55 points. They're only 1 point behind Nashville, and they're only 7 points behind Calgary. So if Calgary falters and St. Louis gets on a winning streak, watch out for the Blues. Because if the Blues get hot at the right time, it is going to be an interesting playoff picture in the Western Conference. Because you have also Winnipeg with 69, Colorado with 63, Vegas with 70, Seattle with 68. How about Seattle? If you're telling me the Kraken was going to be 31-18-6 right now, that would be crazy. Because I thought Seattle was going to be better at the start of the season, but I didn't see him as a playoff team. And I will give Ron Francis the GM of the Year award right now if the season ended today. If the season ended right now, I will give Ron Francis my GM of the Year award, no question about it. Because in your second year of existence, and you're 31-18-6, and this is a team where don't count this team out. Don't count them out. Because it is really going to be something where the Kraken really knows how to play games, play them from behind, and all that stuff. We also have good luck to Carter Straw and Corver Hupke today in the semifinals of the state wrestling tournament and trying to punch their ticket to the finals. I mean, the first time since, I think, 2020. It was Isaiah Weber and Brandon O'Brien was the last two in the finals for the Mustangs. And Independence has been very good. They said 4 of them is still alive for the podium, Independence will have 2 on the podium guaranteed no matter what. And it's going to be a big factor. Can Hupke and Straw get wins when it really went on? They showed in the quarters that it really mattered. The 3-2 victory by Straw over Aurelio Garcia winner set. And then Culver Hupke with a 5-4 decision win over Mac Mulder of Osage. And I think that is very, very good offensively. And I think that if you're really good and you're really good offensively, it's a key that you just push the pace, push the tempo. And I think Culver Hupke and Carter Straw has a chance to win it all. I said that at the beginning of the year. Carter Straw was the biggest dark horse on this team this year for head coach Michael Doyle and assistant coach Keith Donnelly, Brian Eschen, Coach Weber, and Coach Lochran this year. I think Carter Straw, I give him an A++ for reaching the semifinals. That's amazing for Carter Straw. His family, Chase Straw, went to Iowa State, one of the best wrestlers in Independence history, no question about it. And it's been a testament. Can you really go out there and really make sure that they just go and play good fundamental wrestling. That is the key for them. We'll be back here in a minute on the JT Sports Network. Inside the Huddle on the JT Sports Network is presented by Kula's. It's just sauce. Some of the best barbecue you can get in Eastern Iowa. They've been shipping award-winning barbecue in Eastern Iowa since 2018 at 114 East Green Street in Walker, Iowa. 114 East Green Street in Walker, Iowa. To get a hold of them or to get a reservation, you can get a hold of them at 319-488-4888. 319-488-4888. And at www.kulasitjustsauce.com. www.itjustsauce.com. And Interstate Swine, helping to raise fresh and safe pork for your family and your community in Iowa since 1998. And the entire Interstate Swine team helping to serve you with Todd Wiley, Dave Karkas, Cliff McKinley, Ben Seiler, and Rob Turner. Later on in the show, we have more previews from Rivalry Friday. Welcome back here in the show. And it's looking like it's going to be a big day of hoops. And also for hockey, we have Oilers, Rangers, Kings, Ducks, Islanders, Penguins, Blackhawks, Senators, and the Wild taking on the Dallas Stars. It's going to be a big factor tonight for the Minnesota Wild. I will put in Gustafsson in that. I will put Gustafsson as the one for the rest of the season. He has proved to me that he's ready to be the number one option in net for the Minnesota Wild. I think Fleury is a number 2 option now because Fleury, he only stopped 16 of the 19 shots. Minnesota offense play well enough to win that game. If they get better goaltending out of Fleury, they win that game 2-1 or 2-0. easily because the Minnesota Wild were pushing the puck. They were dictating the tempo. The Avalanche wasn't ready for the Wild in that night, and the Wild took advantage of it. They pushed the pace. They pushed the tempo. They kept the high-octane offense going. It's just Fleury did not make those saves that he had to make. Two of them could have been saved by Fleury. The rolling puck off of the stick of Andrew Cogliano was one of them. And that changes the whole entire complexion of the game because you have a rolling puck inside out. You've got to make that save glove side, Fleury. If you want to be a team that wants to contend for the playoffs and win in the playoffs and make a deep playoff run, you've got to make those saves. You can't give up cheap goals. I get it if the player beats you, and I give the credit all to the player. But when you let in bad goals and goals that you should save, like two of them, 2 out of the 3 goals, I say that should have been saved. The only goal that Fleury had no chance on was a goal by Nathan McKinnon in the second period, I believe. And that was just a good shot by Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon beat him on the left glove side, and that was that. But Fleury needs to get better at rolling pucks. Because either go down and go glove 5-hole, or you got to stay up. Or you got to stay down, and you got to just move side to side. When a tip happens, Fleury doesn't know what he's doing. Because Fleury, in the past, like in 2016, 2017, Fleury would have made those saves for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I guarantee you he would have. Because he was in his prime, 1. 2, he was younger. And 3, he knows how to stop tips, deflections. Because now it's a little bit slower for him. It's a little bit slower to react. And he lets in bad goals. We'll be back here in a second with more coverage. And we will give you the projected lineup for the Sunday's game between 10th ranked 13-2 Oklahoma State and 14-1 in number 2 Iowa. This episode of Inside the Huddle on the JT Sports Network is presented by Coola's. It's just sauce, home of some of the best barbecue you can get in Eastern Iowa. They've been serving award-winning barbecue in Eastern Iowa since 2018 at 114 East Green Street in Walker, Iowa. 114 East Green Street in Walker, Iowa. To get a hold of them or to get a reservation, you can get a hold of them at 319-488-4888. 319-488-4888. And at www.coolasit'sjustsauce.com. www.it'sjustsauce.com. And Interstate Swine, helping to raise fresh and safe pork for your family and your community in Iowa since 1998. And the entire Interstate Swine team helping to serve you with Todd Wiley, Dave Carcas, Cliff McKinley, Ben Seiler, and Rob Turner. Welcome back to the show. And we are ready to preview the big duel. Like in 2015, the grapple, the gridiron between these two familiar programs between John Smith and the Oklahoma State Cowboys and Tom and Terry Brands on the Iowa Hawkeyes. It all starts out at 125 for Oklahoma State with 13-5. Trevor Mastro Giovanni from Sparta, New Jersey the best high school wrestling program in the country in Blair Academy. And I think that Blair Academy is one of the best in the country. But at 133, this is going to be the big match. If Brody Teske or Colin Straver keeps it close against Dayton Fix, the number one ranked guy from Sam Springs, Oklahoma, Charles Page High School, if they keep it close here, that will be huge. The reason why I will beat Michigan, they were winning the matches they were not supposed to, and they were getting bonus points. It's bonus points, bonus points, bonus points, bonus points, bonus points. When you have bonus points, it's easy to win duels. But they infect Sand Springs, Oklahoma, Charles Page High School, 133. Then at rank number 15, the hometown guy from Stillwater, Carter Young, 12-9 on the year. Just a sophomore, ranked number 15 in Carter Young at 141. On 149 is Dusty Horn, the 9-1 senior from Cedar Valley, Utah, City High School, or Victor Vanovich, the redshirt freshman from Brecksville, Ohio, Brecksville High School at 13-7. I would go with Victor Vanovich because I think Victor has a better chance at having a high-octane offense. Because against Patrick Kennedy, I know Kennedy's at 165. Never mind. Who's at 149? I have for the Hawkeyes. Max Murin. I'm going to go with Victor Vanovich. Because Victor Vanovich, I'm not going to say he's going to beat Murin. I'm going to say he's going to keep it close against Murin. Because Vanovich is very good at fireman's carries, high crotches, and takedowns. He is very good. He's very aggressive. The thing with Max Murin, can you counter his aggressiveness and take advantage of it? When he's over aggressive, can you turn him to his back and get a fall? Because I think it was Dusty Horn. He's 9-1, but he hasn't faced anybody like Max Murin. Victor Vanovich has faced guys like Max Murin before, and he has kept it close. That's why I would pick Victor Vanovich to go at 149 for Oklahoma State. And then at 157, it's Caden Gefeller, 16-5 on the year from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Heritage Hall High School. And is very, very key at 157. Can Iowa keep it close at 157 with Kobe Seabright? Kobe Seabright. He is getting top 10 wins. He's getting top 10 upset wins this year. Kobe Seabright has been the surprise of the year for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Coming in to the program, and he's already making a name for himself. And this is just year one for Kobe Seabright. I can't wait to see what he does next year as a full-time starter. He didn't start the year at 157. He started at 165. Then he went back down to 157. Then he wasn't a starter. And then he picked up top 10 win after top 10 win. Then he has a top 5 win. He has 2 top 10 wins, 1 top 5 win. Name another 15 ring. I think Kobe Seabright should be higher than 15. I really think that. I think Kobe Seabright can beat Caden Gefeller. But can Kobe Seabright just hang around? That's what he did against Will Wuan. He just hang around, hang around, hang around, hang around, hang around, get into overtime, and then took him down to win. That is classic Kobe Seabright. Even in high school at Lisbon, even his brother, they just hang around in matches, hang around, they hang around. In the matches against top guys, they hang around, and they make you earn it. That's what I love about Cody Seabright. He makes you earn every point you get. And that is a sign of a good wrestler because he is very good at turning people. Now, 165 is Riot Sheets for the 11-9 redshirt senior from Stillwell, Oklahoma, Stillwell High School. And then at 174, this matchup right here at 174 is going to be huge between Nelson Brands and Wyatt. No, 165 is Patrick Kennedy. Yes, 7-ranked Patrick Kennedy. But the 184 match, 174 between Dustin Plott, the 9th-ranked guy at 174, 73-3 from Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Nelson Brands. Now, if this match and the duel is within 5 points either way, which I think it will, this match will decide it because 184 we're not favored, 197 Jacob Warner, but Luke Starber just beat the number 1 ranked guy at 197 in Rocky Elam of Missouri. So I think Warner will still win at 197, but at 184 we're not favored. Travis Whitlag is very good from Coon Bay, Oregon, and then at heavyweight we're favored. But the big thing is, I will say we're favored at 125, 149, just slightly. 149, 141, 165, 197 slightly, and 285. Oklahoma State is favored at 133, 157, 174, 184. So it's going to be basically those top up matches at 197, 184, 174, and 141. Those 4 toss-up matches is going to decide who wins this duel. Because I was favored in 4, Oklahoma State is favored in 3. So Oklahoma State has to win a match that they're not supposed to win to win. But we go to the Iowa side of things. Spencer Lee, his last ever match in Carver Hawkeye Arena will be this Sunday from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, Franklin Regional High School. His only loss in his high school to current Western Hawkeye teammate Austin DeSanto. And what a job he did. Went to Drexel, then he went to Iowa. But at 133, the key for Iowa, the path for Iowa to win this duel is Brody Teske keeping it close against Dayton Fix. Don't give up a tech or a fall. If you keep it to a major, I will be okay with a major. I would be. Because you just took 2 points off of the board. Or you took a point off of the board. That could be very, very useful down the stretch for Oklahoma State. That would be huge. Now 141 is Real Woods. Real Woods. And I was favored at 141 too. I am sorry, but let's go do this again. I was favored at 125, 141, 149. I will say close. 149 is going to be close. I will say 50. I will say 125 Iowa, 133 Oklahoma State, 141 Iowa, 149 toss-up. 149 is going to be a toss-up depending on who gets out there. If it's Vonievich, I think it's going to be close because Vonievich wrestles good wrestlers close. He's good at keeping those matches close, keeping them within a decision or major. If it's Dusty Horn, I'll say Iowa by a major. But Vonievich would keep it close. 157, I'll say Oklahoma State barely. I'll say Oklahoma State close at 157. Or Kobe State can upset them, too. But I will say Oklahoma State has a slight edge at 157. At 165, I will give it to Iowa. 174, I'm going to go Oklahoma State. 184, I will go Oklahoma State. 197, I will go Iowa close. And then at 285, I will go Iowa close. Because you can move down Starboard to heavyweight, and it would be just fine. We'll be back here with more coverage. I'll do on the JT Sports Network. This episode of Inside the Huddle on the JT Sports Network is presented by Coolers. It's just sauce. Some of the best barbecue you can get in Eastern Iowa. They've been serving award-winning barbecue in Eastern Iowa since 2018 at 114 East Green Street in Walker, Iowa. 114 East Green Street in Walker, Iowa. To get a hold of them or to get a reservation, you can get a hold of them at 319-488-4888. 319-488-4888. And at www.coolersit'sjustsauce.com. www.it'sjustsauce.com. And Interstate Swine, helping to raise fresh and safe pork for your family and your community in Iowa since 1998. And the entire Interstate Swine team helping to serve you with Todd Wiley, Dave Carcas, Cliff McKinley, Ben Seiler, and Rob Turner. Welcome back here to Inside the Huddle here on the JT Sports Network. And let's go back to the preview coverage of Sunday's duel between Iowa and Oklahoma State. And I think really the big factor, the defining factor, I said it before, those toss-up matches. Those toss-up matches, I think at 157, 174, 184, and 197 could be a toss-up. So those 4 toss-up matches would decide because Oklahoma State, I deem is favored in 3. Iowa's favored in 4. 4 of them are toss-up. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. Because those 4 toss-up matches are going to decide who wins this duel. Because it could come down. If it's 5 points either way at 197, and Jacob Warner has to get a win, don't sleep on Luke Starber. I will say it again. He just beat the number 1 ranked guy at 197, Rocky Elam out of Missouri, in overtime. So Luke Starber knows how to beat top ranked guys. I will say exactly what I said against Michigan. Build up as big of a lead as you can. So when Oklahoma State's big boys come to, like if Spencer Lee gets a pin, that's 6. But then can Brody Teske keep that match against Dayton Fix to a decision or a major? Take points off the board for the Cowboys. Take points off the board. I think that's going to be the key for Iowa. Can they take points off of the board? Because if they do that, Iowa has a chance to win this. But you've got to get bonus points if you're Iowa. You got to limit bonus points if you're Oklahoma State. And you got to win the matches you're supposed to win if you're Oklahoma State, I will say this. You got to win 1 match that you're not supposed to win. 1 or 2 matches you're not supposed to win if Oklahoma State wants to win. Because I deem Iowa's favored in 4. I think Oklahoma State's favored in 3. And I think they are 3 very well toss-up matches. So those 3 toss-ups are going to decide who wins. Depending on what happens in the 4 matches, I think Iowa is going to win. Oklahoma State has to win 1 or 2 of the favored matches that I was supposed to win for Oklahoma State to win, because Iowa is favored again at 125, 141, 149. I will say barely 149, 197 barely, and 285. So it's going to be a fun duel to watch. It's going to be a fun duel to watch on Sunday. But until next time, I'm Jansen Turner saying so long. This has been Inside the Huddle on the JT Sports Network.